All right, so we cut this down. We have this tabletop. We got to start taking the old finish off to repurpose this tabletop. But how do we decide which grit to start at?
Okay, so this is a very, well, what sander did you choose?
The biggest one we got.
Okay, 6-inch.
Yep.
Okay, and you have it in Rotex. It's a very aggressive sander.
Yes, be aggressive.
Because you got to look at your surface and say, hey, what do I got to accomplish with this? Okay, so if I'm correct, you're asking me what grit to start with.
Yes.
Okay, so what grit do you think?
80 grit.
Ah, a typical woodworker. I used to as well until my mentor Ralph taught me. He asked me a question, and I'll ask you this question. Do you like the sand?
No.
No one does. Okay, so it's a progression of grits. So I like to start with the lowest one because what I'm trying to accomplish, or what we're going to accomplish today, is removing this stain and top coat finish. I think it was a polyurethane I used on this. The thing we got to remember is we can start with 80, but I know you don't like the sand. My time is of value, so to choose a 40 grit, you are choosing time. We can remove all of this, and someone may say, well, it's going to leave a deep scratch pattern. Okay, so let's think that out. We're going to start with 40 grit, and what if I jumped to 120 grit? Then it would take me a long time to get that scratch pattern out. But what the progression is we're going to go 40 and then 60. You're going to see where the 40, we're going to remove all of this really quick.
Yeah.
And then 60 is like just a minute or two to remove the 40 grit scratch patterns. And then we're going to go to 80. Then I'll jump to 120, and then I'll stop at 150.
Okay.
Okay, and you'll see that. So there you go. So what we're going to do is I want to test this with you.
Okay.
You know how to use the Rotex. You can go back and see, because we chose the 6-inch, because in prior videos, you'll see them under the playlist on the SedgeTool website, YouTube website, where this is going to live. We have a sanding playlist. Okay, we're going to be talking about sanding techniques and all kinds of things. But I think we choose already between 125 millimeter, 5-inch, and 150 millimeter, 6-inch. It's a time value.
Yep.
Because nobody likes the sand. I want to get the job done quicker. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to have you do a small section with 80 grit. And it's not going to be much because
okay.
I want to get this done today. Okay, and then I want you to jump to 40 just so you see that.
Sounds good.
So there you go. Okay, so what we're going to do, just a little section here. I want you to feel the bite and how quick it is, and we'll see it here, and then we'll come over here and do a little 40. So we have 80 grit granat on there now.
Yep.
Let's do it. So a little bit quicker?
Yeah, just a little bit.
A lot quicker.
Wow.
Cool. So there you go. Hopefully you understand. Don't skip between a lot of grits, because we'll go from 40, 60, and 80 for the purpose of this table right now, just to see what we get to work with. And if we're going to go with an elliptical table or a square table to fit, but we're reclaiming this wood. So there you go. There's your grit range on how to choose your grit range.